Hey guys, I am back. So, oh God, I do not like that opening. Hey guys, it's been a minute. So I am back and I'm gonna try and record a couple of videos today. Where have I been? There's been some stuff going on. So I thought maybe I might, first of all, put my face on today, and I wanted to show you some of my current favorites. I have two cats with jingle bell collars running around in the background. We have a new kitten, so if she makes an appearance, consider yourself blessed to get to see her. But I wanted to show you some of my current favorites. I have a full face to put on here today, and we can talk through kind of some of that stuff. And then also, as we're going along, I'm gonna kind of get you up to speed with some of what's been going on for me and where I've been here lately. So if you're interested in hearing about that kind of stuff and having me on in the background while you're getting ready, stick around, we're getting into it. Okay. So I already started this video once and cleaned my face with my Bioderma, just regular old micellar water, and applied my Trader Joe's Marula facial oil. Absolutely love this. And my camera stopped recording. So then I deleted a bunch of stuff off of it because sometimes that's what you have to do. If you're over the age of 40 and you haven't started using any kind of facial oil yet as part of your skincare routine, highly recommend it. And this one has just been really, really nice. I have combination skin, and in the winter it gets really dry, like especially around my hairline. It just feels so good. And even on days where I don't do any kind of makeup at all, I will at least do this. And sometimes even just this. But today I'm going to go ahead and put my moisturizer on over it. I've been using the Olay Regenerist. This is the micro sculpting cream, and the only reason I've been using this one rather than just the traditional regular Olay that I so often use and have talked about using since day one is because this was what was on sale at Costco. So I've been using this day and night. I've also been trying out the La Roche-Posay night cream, but holy moly, that stuff is expensive. Now, this isn't cheap either, but when you get it at Costco and you can do a 2-pack, you really save some money. And then when you can get it on sale, forget it. That's totally worth it then. So this stuff feels very nice going on. All right, so while this stuff is kind of soaking into my skin, where have I been? Well, two things have been going on here. So if you've been watching my videos for a little while, you know that my sweet mom has been fighting cancer. So I wish I had better news to report on that front, but her chemo that they tried has not done anything for her. It's not helping. Her prognosis has actually been shortened. So that's it's been devastating all over again. So since that didn't work, her oncologist has decided to offer a second version of chemo. Think of chemo as kind of like a recipe of medicine. So this is like a different concoction of medicines to see if this one will have a bigger effect on the cancer. It is not curable. While I'm talking here, I'm going to keep showing you what the products are. This is the primer that I've been liking lately. This is Milani's Skin Quench. It's like super moisturizing. It's our hydrating primer. Feels really nice going on. As a matter of fact, this one is fine to use even just as your moisturizer. But since we're in the colder weather right now, I have zero problem with just layering on the moisturizer. If you are prone to breakouts, you may want to skip your moisturizer layer if you feel like you need to use a primer. And just use something like this and it's hydrating enough. It'll be good for you. Anyway, so they wanted to try this version, chemo, for her, and she's had one round of it so far, and it's a lot stronger, but less frequent. So this version really kicked her butt, made her feel really, really horribly sick and low energy. So I hope it does something for her. She knows she can stop and call it quits at any time. I don't know if we'll get there. I don't know. But the fact is, it's devastating all over again. So we're taking it one day at a time. And right now with this happening during the middle of the holidays, which is such a special time of year for us and all families, obviously, it's kind of an extra kick in the gut. So the other thing that's been going on is that I was supposed to host Thanksgiving and cook everything, and I had already bought everything to do so, and then I got sick. So some sort of respiratory virus, it's not COVID. I had 2 negative COVID tests. Yes, I understand those can be false. There are medical people in my family. I've run the gamut. Trust me, I'm aware of all the different ifs. Before I go into further what happened with that, let me talk about foundations here real quick. I have rediscovered my love for this one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible, and it has been around for several years, and it is so amazing, and it is an oldie but a goodie for so many people for a reason. Mine is in the shade 450. I think I have 2 or 3 different shades of this because it's so good and I use it throughout the seasons. Now in the summer, I go for a less full coverage foundation look. I just don't want such a thick layer of foundation. I don't want that full coverage look. So I do a lot of like tinted moisturizers and CC creams and whatnot. So if that's what you're into, maybe you might be more interested in something like this. Now this is a higher end product. I also recently bought this. This is the Say Slip Tint, and I picked this up recently too at Sephora. This one is in the shade. Their numbering system for like how they name these shades is really interesting. It's super simple. This is 3.5. This is the shade number is 3.5, and it takes some of the complication out of picking out your shade, and I can't really explain why. You just have to go to the store and look at them and trust me. But so this is kind of a tinted, well, this is a tinted moisturizer. It even says it on the container. I really like this one too, so I've been using this one a lot. And then if you're into a powder foundation, I recently picked up the Maybelline Superstay powder foundation. This took me a couple different times of using it with some different primers or moisturizer underneath it to get it to work for me. But once I found a method I liked, I very much enjoy it too. I'm not using that today though. I am going with the one that I have been rediscovering and absolutely loving. So as I'm talking to you here, I'm just gonna go in with the Infallible. So I have been sick and therefore obviously needed to stay away from my mother. So Thanksgiving got canceled, and that was horrible because all I could think about was what if this was her last Thanksgiving, and I have had to cancel it because I'm sick. Well, obviously I didn't go out and get sick on purpose. I'm just using a wet sponge here and blending. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because you guys, you know, I'm just talking. And then it occurred to me pretty early on, I didn't freak out too much. I can just postpone it. It's not the end of the world. I can postpone it. It's not canceled completely. So, dare I speak too soon? Whatever this respiratory business is that I ended up having, it's the kind of thing that like sticks around for a while and doesn't want to let go. So it just so happens that I was off work for a couple of days because of the Thanksgiving holiday. So that worked out for me to be able to just rest at home and stay away from everyone, and that's great. However, now I believe my son is getting sick, so we were rescheduled here for about a week out for Thanksgiving. And I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that now because I can't have him be around her if he's sick. So I don't know what's gonna happen. It's just, man, it's just a lot of stress all at once. None of us need that right now. At a time of year that you're supposed to be enjoying family and being thankful and grateful and thinking of all these happy thoughts. Okay, foundation is on. Another thing that I have recently picked up and I can't stop using is this cream bronzer from Makeup Revolution. This is the Ultra Cream Bronzer. If you follow me on Facebook, I posted about this. Actually, I think I put it on Instagram too. I think I do both at the same time. I don't know. I'm surprised I even do anything on social media, honestly, because I'm not that, Anyway, moving on. So mine is in the shade Light, and it is so pretty. It is such a nice tone for my skin shade, and Why does that sound weird? It's such a, how about this? It's such a nice shade for my skin tone. I like that better. So I just go in with my brush, dab a little on there, and just kind of tap. And it blends in and away. Well, I shouldn't say completely away, but it blends in so nicely and just gives you just a little bit of color. It's beautiful. And if you think you have too much, you can just take that sponge that you just applied foundation with and you just kind of go over it and dab a little away. Just take a little away with that top layer. See how natural that looks? And all you're doing with a cream bronzer, if you don't know, by the way, is just giving yourself a little bit of dimension. Just a little color, just kind of natural shading in the skin, some cheekbones. I kind of use the whole concept between like bronzer and contour. I kind of intermix those because I don't have time not to. I don't have time, skill, thorough enough understanding. Just want some dimension in my skin and a little bit of enough color to like not look like Night of the Living Dead. See the difference there? Like when I started this video, I looked like I was about at death's door, and now not completely, like maybe just at the bottom of the steps of death's door, but not at the door. I'm still feeling a little sick, but not nearly as bad as I was just a few days ago. My energy level was just shot and just, oh man, it's been rough. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. I have not had the energy or the desire or the motivation really to do a whole lot of anything for numerous reasons, as you are now hearing about. Okay, blush. So if I'm doing a cream bronzer, I've been into using a cream blush on top of that. So this is the Rare Beauty. Mine is in the shade Nearly Neutral. Is that right? Yeah. How am I reading? I don't even have my readers on. How did I see that? It's pretty. Just a nice little kind of a brownish pink, sort of my thing when it comes to blushes. And I'll just take a dry sponge, take the tip of it, dab it in there, and kind of go over the apple of my cheek and bring it up a little bit. And then I'll take the side of that same sponge, because it's almost like it's a little too intense in person. Maybe you're not seeing that on camera, but I'll kind of diffuse it a little. So anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about was, this is Cyber Monday. After the Thanksgiving weekend, when I'm filming this, I hope to have it go up here in the next couple of days. Depends on how quickly I can get it edited and uploaded. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was like these Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. Some of my thoughts on that kind of stuff. I feel like it can be pretty anxiety inducing if you are one of these people who feels like you have to get all the good deals, or like you're gonna have FOMO, or you think you've missed out on good deals if you don't participate in all that stuff. The e.l.f. Halo Glow in Light, right? Is this like shade number 1 or something? It's the lightest one. I've been using this for like a cream highlighter, and I'll just take a little dab. Because for me, if I'm doing cream bronzer, it's cream blush and then cream highlighter 90% of the time. Anyway, so if you get like that and you feel like you're gonna miss out if you don't get on there and start looking at all the deals and seeing what places are running, what kinds of sales, and depending on what you're into or who you have to buy for, it can get very overwhelming very quickly. So when my son was little, it used to be a lot bigger thing for me, because there was a lot of toys to buy and things to think about, and clothes. It was a good time to, you know, stock up on that sort of thing, because if you're getting like 40 or 50% off, that's worthwhile. If that's your need and you have things that are worth going out and spending time looking for, then that's great, and you should take advantage of that. If that's not your situation, then maybe don't worry so much about that. If you have a lot of people to buy for, and it's important to you, I'm just taking a little bit of L'Oreal Hydra Perfect Translucent Setting Powder. It's my favorite. If that's you, it's probably worth going and looking at some sales. But the other thing is that nowadays you can do that kind of stuff online. Used to be you really couldn't do that. You could only get like the really good deals if you went in person. So that makes a difference too. Also, I have been into stepping up my blush game a little bit to make Mama Viking proud. And I'll just take a little bit of regular powder blush. This is the Buxom Wanderlust in Seychelles. Ooh, that really caught on there. Because it's a brand new blush brush. I need to kind of diffuse that a little bit there. I don't know, Mama Viking always says I don't wear enough blush. Okay, anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Black Friday, if that's you, that's great. If you enjoy that sort of chaotic environment and going out and shopping and all that, that's great. If you don't go. If there's something that you like have been looking for a long time and you don't want to miss out on, then look for it online. God, I'm really fucking this up. If you know that something that you regularly buy is going to be on sale and it makes sense for you to stock up on that item because it's going to be, I don't know, 25, 30, maybe even like 50% off, then you should absolutely stock up on it. Maybe get 2, 3, 4 of them and have that on hand. That makes total sense, but don't feel like you have to like spend days surfing the internet and seeing like what's going to be on sale, because from somebody who kind of sort of does that, it's kind of sucks you in, and really you spent all this money. It makes me feel kind of bad because I've just spent a lot of money and maybe 75% of it was on me. Anyway, okay, now, and then for brows, I have been using, you know, I still like that Maybelline brow pen. It is the Ultra Slim, but I have been using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. This one, it's just the L'Oreal version of that same like real kind of skinny pencil. And mine is just, I think this is just the shade Blonde. Yep. And it's got the spoolie on the one end. So that's kind of what I've been doing here lately with the brows. Pretty simple application for it. Okay, let's talk about eyeshadow for a second. This is super basic, but I have been loving it. I just, for some reason, on a whim, picked this up at Ulta 2 weeks ago, and I can't keep my hands out of it. It's the Morphe 9M Midnight Dune. Basic of most basic. I haven't even taken the mirror off, or the little sticker thing off the mirror yet. Sorry to blind you. Isn't it gorgeous, though? I'll tell you what, I'll swatch it for you because I want you to see the color payoff in just the simple swatches alone. So I'm going through, yeah, all right. Like, shut up and swatch it. Here you go. So there's your first, there's the first 4 colors. You can see all the little kitten battle marks on my hand already. That's one swipe. They're creamy. Ugh, they blend nicely into each other. Okay, and then that's the rest. This shade right here. Which one is it? This one. That alone on the lid with just mascara. Oh, they're so pretty. Gosh. And then another eyeshadow that I picked up here. I'm not even going to wipe that off because I want you to see it in comparison to those. This is from e.l.f. And this is another one that I can't leave alone here lately. This is like a one shadow look. It's the No Budge Shadow Stick. Okay. I like eyeshadow sticks if they perform. The ones that are constantly being, what is this? The ones that are constantly being like shoved down your throat on Instagram, you know the one. It does not perform so great. This one, okay, it's right there. Look at that. Why can't you focus? Look at that color. Like the depth of that color. So I'll just put that on my lid and then I'll just take my fingertip and just kind of fade it out up into the crease, up a little bit. And it is the prettiest, just simple wash of color. Man, I really like that one look, and it's so simple. And it's kind of like, this is the one I was talking about, that one look with just a nice mascara. Should we do that? Let's just keep it really simple. Yes, let's do that. I like that. And I think maybe even I'll just do it with my fingertip. Simple. Oh my God, I love it already. I don't even know if I'm gonna do eyeliner with this, honestly. All right, so let's just do that and maybe just a tiny little bit of liner, like the tiniest tiny line. So that is very much doable. I'm gonna use my CoverGirl Exhibitionist liquid liner. Love this stuff, and I can absolutely do a nice tight line with that. See how long and narrow that is. This is the brown one. Almost perfect thin line on both sides. I'm just gonna clean up just a tiny little bit. Okay, and then two mascaras that I've been going pretty hard on lately. Ooh, I forgot to mention for eyebrows, the other thing I've been using a lot lately. I did a video on this one, NYX Thick It Stick It. I absolutely love it. This one is in taupe. What do they refer to it as? A thickening brow mascara. That's all it is, see? Kinda has a little bit of a thickening effect, but what I like about it is it has some color to, it has some color to it and keeps them in place. So like a clear brow mascara, but a little bit of reinforcement for color. Mascara. Two mascaras that I've been using here lately. One is the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water, and sorry, it's dirty on this side. I just got the sample size because I wasn't sure I was gonna like this. A lot of people use this for the lower lashes because it is a waterproof mascara. It's supposed to be fantastic. So I have tried it on my lower lashes once or twice. And don't you know, on those days I did not have watery eyes. Okay, whatever. But I have used it on days like with rain and stuff on my top lashes, and it was great. It's worked out really well. I did not have a whole lot of transferring when I used it, and I like it a lot. But I'm not going to use it today because I want you to see this one. This is something that came out of nowhere for me because I wanted to order another product I'll show you here in a minute from this company. So I thought I'd try it. This is the Mally. Yes, Mally. And this is their More is More False Lash Mascara. This thing came out of the box and I was like, okay. And I put it on and it was instantly amazing. Like it knocked my socks off. It went on wonderfully. It lasted throughout the day nicely. It was low maintenance. Like I didn't have to take any time to clean up anything afterwards. However, the first time I used it, it transferred on me. So that was super disappointing. At the end of the night, I had some cleaning up that I would have to have done if I wasn't already home and on the couch and didn't care. But the application was gorgeous. So that kind of sucked. And I set it down and didn't use it again for another week or two. And you know how sometimes mascara gets better with like after you've opened it and it's had some time to sit and think about what it's done to you the first time you used it? Yeah. I tried it again, and that's kind of where we're at. It thought about what it did to me, and it's good again. I am so impressed with this stuff. Who knew Mally was making a good mascara? My lashes are volumized, separated. Mascara is my favorite thing in the world about makeup. So if you're gonna impress me with something, mascara is where it's at, and I am thoroughly impressed with this. You just got to give it a week or two of being opened for it to work right. It's amazing to me. Over a wet look eyeshadow, and there is no transfer, no mess to clean up. I could go out the door right now and feel comfortable without having to run my eyelash comb through it. Like I really don't feel like I have to at all. I'm literally putting it back right now. I'll probably even go over it because I'm a maniac with a third coat. Huge fan of this. And then I want to show you why I went to Mally's website anyway, because I really don't hear anybody talking about any of her products. But this kept showing up on my Instagram, and I bet it's on yours too. And it is this. Have you seen this? This is the Face Defender. It's a universal shade, and it's supposed to be like a mattifying product. So I saw this and I thought the product was going to be pink. It's not. It's clear. Yeah, the packaging is pink. The product is clear, like silicone. It's kind of like a thick silicone type thing. And their shtick is that you take just, this is the sponge it comes with. Don't be grossed out. You put it on, you can use it as primer. You can use it as the only thing you wear. You can put it on over makeup, which is what I've been doing, which is why you see makeup on here. You pat it in here and then you tap it on your face like this, and it's supposed to take away any shine. So I actually had a makeup artist use something similar to this on me in a commercial that I did, and I was like, wait a minute, what is that? And she didn't tell me. So I had to find out for myself, like, what is this kind of magical type product? So this was the closest thing I could find that was like it. And it is pretty impressive. It is pretty mattifying. So I thought, let me try this. It was a little expensive, but I was able to find a coupon code and I got it, and we are testing it out. I have so far only used it as a, now we gotta like do more blush, but as a, like a mattifying thing, like a kind of a last minute thing to use before I do any kind of finishing spray. That's the only way I've been using it so far. So I like it like that. I'm not so sure about it being like a full day long lasting type thing, but okay. So finally, let's do lipstick. I have been using the Essence, and this is their Ultra Last and in the shade number 4. Now I happen to know that they have changed the packaging on this, but they still have the color, and I will put up here on the screen what it's referred to as now. But this is just a really pretty kind of a grayish nude, and then I'll show you what I go over it with. But because it's almost like, again, we're back at death's door. It's not flattering at first. It's so creamy the way it goes on. It's super comfortable. Like, I would prefer this formula of lip to some of the, like the MAC lipsticks that I have. So then I go over it with the Maybelline Lifter, and then this Lifter lip gloss, and this one is in the shade Topaz, which I need to get another one up because I'm almost out. Now, a little bit of e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Mist for setting spray. And lately, I've been doing 2 because I am extra. The Morphe Continuous Setting Spray because it's the best thing ever. That smells so nice, and it just feels great going on your skin. That's the makeup look that I've been into. What do you think? Like, do you like it? You guys remember MTV when it used to be music videos? Look at that. Does that help you remember? That's cool. I like that. Okay. So 2 more things here before we move away from, like, well, before I'm done. So hair stuff. Pantene has come out with a couple of like specific to curly hair products, and I had to try it because that's what I do. This is the Complete Curl Care with jojoba oil moisture lock curl mist. It's for blocking humidity. And then this one is the Pantene Curl Affair Curl Reshaping Cream. So I like to take these 2 together, mix them together in the palm of my hand, and then go over my hair after I have sprayed it with my conditioner water concoction. If you don't know what that is, you should be watching my video about curly hair products, which I can link somewhere in this general area. I will run this stuff, just like a quarter size amount of a combination of the 2, over my hair, and then just kind of scrunch it up into my hair, and it works really, really nicely as refresher products. So that's nice too. Screenshot. Okay. And then the other thing I wanted to show you, this is super random, but hey, listen. Let's get real for a minute. If you don't know about Mega Babe, I'm not sponsored in any way. She doesn't know who I am, but this is a woman-owned company, and she's come out with something that is brilliant, and you could probably use deodorant for the same purpose, but this is specifically made for any kind of thigh chafing that you might experience. It's an anti-friction stick, and it's phenomenal. So like in the summertime or winter, whenever, if you're wearing a dress and you are tired of wearing like shorts or shapewear underneath to keep things from rubbing against each other and making things uncomfortable, this is your answer. And then if you also are the kind of person who might use powder around various parts of your body just because, quite honestly, it feels magical, she has a powder that's wonderful as well. This one's called Body Dust. Now, she also sells like big fluffy things to apply the powder with, like what is it, like a, I don't know, a powdered puff. why did that take so long to come to me? But it's unnecessarily expensive, and you can order one off Amazon like I did for I think $5, $6, $7, and it works just fine. Highly recommend these. These smell nice. Like if you are out too late the night before and you don't have time to take a shower and you need to like refresh really quickly, put this places that you need to, well, you know, and you can thank me later. So that's it, guys. That is like everything that I am newly into and using on a pretty regular basis here lately. Thank you for your patience with me and everything that I have going on. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a great day. Stick around. I have some other new stuff coming up here soon. Really, really good stuff too. So we'll see you in that one. Thanks. Bye.